Welcome to the Kid Chef Kitchen Cooking Club. I'm Barbara Beery. This month's recipe focus is on classic bakery treats. You'll get recipes for things like French macarons, pain au chocolat cinnamon rolls, English scones, and even an all-American pink lemonade cupcake. The other thing that you're going to get to see is something that's not so classic, but very trendy, and that's the rainbow bagel. If you take a look in front of me, I have some bagel dough. Now, bagel dough basically is a yeast-risen dough, just like you use for breads, for pizzas, for pastas. But the difference with the bagel, to give it that nice chewy texture that we love, is that it gets a little water bath before it goes into the oven. And by a water bath, I mean this. When you get your bagel shaped, you put it into a pot of boiling water that has a little honey and a little baking soda in it. And what that does is just barely cook the outside of the crust. When you put it in the oven, it's moist and it holds that density, and the water also keeps your bagel from rising so much as it would in a loaf of bread. So that's how you get the chewy texture and delicious feel of that bagel. Now, what I've done is to do the rainbow bagel. And in the recipes for this month, I've given you a recipe for a very small amount of dough. That way you can make 2, 3, 4 colors, whatever you want to do. Make them individually and make sure that you put the food coloring in the water prior to the flour. Otherwise, you'll never get that color incorporated into the dough. And I also recommend that you only use gel or paste food coloring. I love to use CK products. They've got them online. You can get them on our website. You might even be able to get them in your local bakery. But use paste food coloring. Don't use the little pieces of things that you get that are liquidy and don't show much color. So what I did, I made my homemade dough, divided it up, stacked it up. So here's the little stack. And the only other thing I need to do is to make about inch slices. Make sure too, because you're working with dough, that if anything slightly sticks, which it can because it's very glutinous, just have a little what they call bench flour to put on your dough and it'll easily come apart. Now, that doesn't look like a bagel yet, but we're gonna do a little twisting, we're gonna little pulling, and oh my goodness, take a look at this. I'm gonna lay it right down here, and I wanna tell you another trick. Dough, like anything, is elasticity. So when you pull it out, it's gonna try to go back to the shape that it was, and where you put the ends together, make sure that you pinch that together, because when you put it in that little water bath, that's the point that's gonna be the weakest, and it's gonna try to come apart there. So give it another little twist, lay it down, pinch those ends together, and you have some pretty fantastic rainbow bagels. Now, after we get them in the water bath, we'll remove them, pop them in the oven and let them bake, pull them out and let them cool. And then, as anyone knows, bagels have to have a schmear. And those bagels deserve a schmear of something fun and fancy, and I think full of sprinkles. So I'm gonna also give you a recipe for a delicious cream cheese icing with lots of sprinkles. What do you think about that? This is just one of the many fun recipes you're going to get to do this month. Let me know what your favorite recipes are, and I hope you have a fun month of cooking with this month's recipes. I'll see you next time in the Kid Chef Kitchen.